All right, now I am actually I think I might have been streaming on Twitch before. Like I said, I had everything all set up, and then I changed everything, and I was doing some testing because there was something weird going on with my. I'm just gonna check something here, make sure. Oh, okay, I am live there. That's nice. Let's check Twitch too. I don't know what was going on there. I can't find my own channel. I can't type when people are watching. And we're live there too. Excellent. Okay. Okay. Oh, look, we got this weird Inception thing going. Okay, great. Awesome. Well, we're here. Everyone's here. Hi, everybody. Sorry about that. It's like my first day back from streaming. I have no idea what I'm doing. So I think I'm live in all the places. There we go. Yep. I'm starting to get the interactions. Anyhow, today I'm working on Interactivity API stuff. And my watch is dinging like crazy. Okay, cool. All right, cool. So what I wanted to do today was I want to start building out all of these examples. So I have a repository that I am working on. And excuse me if I seem a little disjointed. Like I said, I got a new monitor, and it's a beautiful monitor, but it's smaller than my old one. It's not curved, so I didn't realize this, but I had a curved monitor that's sitting over there in the corner, and voice is too low in YouTube. Voice is too low. Is the music louder? So I'm getting. Let me just see if I can turn the mic up a little bit. Check. All right, let me see. Where's the gain on this sucker? All right, let's get the gain a little higher. Turn it up a little bit over here. Hello, 1, 2, check. Hello. You let me know if that's any better, or I can just turn the audio down too, I guess. But yeah, is this sounding okay? I'm not even going to try to pronounce your name. GVGVGVIJN. Hello, 1, 2, 1, 2. Can you hear me okay now? I'm assuming you either cannot hear me or it's fine. Either way, I have no idea what my next steps are. Cool. Snowing up there? It was snowing. We got a bunch of snow. It's melted right now, but I don't expect there to be.
Great is TerexB.
Beautiful. I forgot about that entirely. That was amazing. Yeah, we got some snow. Now it's gone away. Now my son's all mad because the snow is gone. I personally hate the snow, but slightly a little better, but a little more is good. Okay. All right, hold on. Check. Okay. All right. How's that? I don't want to peak much higher than that because it'll probably get all distorted. So, okay. Hello, Bad Dude Court. Hello, everyone. So, messed up morning. I was streaming just to Twitch by itself, apparently, and not to Restream, which is sending out all the things across the world. About 20 minutes before my stream, my new studio display showed up because my old monitor had a big black bar down like the right-hand side of it there, so it's very hard to do any work. But it was a curved monitor, and now I have a flat monitor. But it's weird because now I have this optical illusion that it's actually bending out towards me, which is super strange. And I thought, well, there's something wrong with this. Is this how it works now? I don't know, but it seems like that is actually a phenomenon that if you've been looking at a curved monitor for a while. There we go. Thank you. Give a JN. That's how I'm going to say your name from now on. It's from YouTube. Y'all in chat, I don't know if you can see that, but here, I'll show you the name right here. Oh, that needs to get give a JN. It's awesome. Anyways, thanks for what is happening there. There we go. Okay, cool. So, there we go. Don't know what's going on there. Right. So anyways, yeah. So got this new monitor things, blah, blah, blah. Stop rambling. So what we're doing today is I am going to continue building through all of my little examples here that I want to build through. So I have a repository that I'm working on, and I I just added a template, create block template, because I want to be able to spin these things up nice and easy. So I don't actually think I need the transformer. That's probably all I need in there. Dynamic. So, I guess I really only need a single. I'm going to do just a single one for now, because that's all I need really. View script, modules, Vue.js, yep. Cool, yep, cool. So let's look and see. Oh wait, hold on. Hold on there. No, that's right. Okay, so I pulled this from my block. Okay, oh, this is what I need. So I don't need, so I'm just going to delete this and this. If you're not aware, if you didn't realize, okay, so all I need is block templates path is going to be interactive block templates path. Okay, so this is going to be this interactive. I'm going to go in here. Get rid of this. Variants can now have their own, can now define their own paths to files in create block, which is amazing, because what that means is now you don't have to have these ridiculous sort of nested. That's not a good example. And here, no. No, see, I don't even think I have it in here because I've taken them all out. But in some of my other ones, there are like oh, it's not even really a thing. Anyways, you don't need to have all of these nested conditionals now in Mustache, which is great because a lot of times you're spending more time like wrapping it in, like making sure it's not this type of variation, so it doesn't send it out. So anyway, so I love that. So what I have now, I'm going to do this npm run block pass it. It's going to be wp bind. That should go into plugin. It should go into source. Yeah, sure, we can do that. Where'd that go? Oh, it's in our spot. Oh, duh. This is RC. Let's try that again. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of this bind, delete, run this again. Oh. Relative pathing is good times. Wait, what have they done there? Let's try that again. Okay, I should have a new in there called bind. I do. Awesome. Okay, so in here we should have mastering API. Yep. WP bind is the name of the thing. Interactive is true. That's great. View script module. Okay, so we have everything that we need in here. So that's great. That is great. So let's see in my style.css. WP text sample. Okay, that's okay, cool. So I think, all right, what I want to do now is I want to come up with a nice little, so what I really like here is I have some nice styles in here. I'm just going to grab some of these. Basically just going to grab this for now, and I'm going to put it into text. And in my style in here, I should be able to do that. Oh, you know what I need? You know what I need to do? Tell you what I need to do is go into the plugin, npm start. Quiet today. Who's all hanging out with me? Come on, say hey. Say hey, y'all. Oh, yeah. Okay, that's all building. Let's see now. In here. There we go. That's pretty cool. I want to have like an example of each one of these. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this thing and I'm actually going to put it into my template, and which is right here. Templates, block, active variant. I got to fix that. And this is going to be like this. All right, so now if I just delete bind, because I haven't done anything with that yet. You know what? I'm just gonna keep working on the front end here to make it look nice. Okay, so here that looks good. Now I don't need any of that. Do I need that? That's a question. Do I need that? Because maybe I do. So what I'm doing here is I have this. First things first. I need to do this main. No. Mastering the Interactivity API. I'm going to put that up there. So what this should do is this will introduce a little thing on the right-hand side there. There we go. That's nice. So if I do render this and render that, it's going to retrieve this from here. So each one of these will have its own example. And that's kind of, hey, hello, Lord of Blood SRB. We're good. Kevin is going to get his coffee. So anyhow, okay. So what I essentially want to do is that for each one of these blocks, I want to have a show render PHP and a show bid, right? Right. Totally right. Okay. And so now stand by because if I go to the sample hello world page. Okay, that looks right. So cool. All right. So that's what I want. These buttons. I forget how the buttons get added in, but they get added in. Okay, cool. So I want to make some changes to the WP text block. So this one, the whole point of this one is just to render text. So in here, this is going to say, mastering the Interactivity API component. Mastering. I gotta spell that right. Interactivity API. And I'm just going to call it WP text directive example. Okay, so that's Okay, so if I run this now in here, I'm going to save this. Something's up with that main thing. I have to fix that. It's weird. Okay, so this is okay. Cool. So that's the interactivity example. Sweet. Why is that we're doing weird things? So let's look and see what that is. So mastering Yappy, and then in my render. Wait, in my edit, am I not doing block props? Once I get this sort of like buttoned down, I don't want that to be a thing. I want this to be section tag, I think. I don't really know why I want it to be a section tag, but I definitely don't want it to be a p tag. That's definitely. This is the code viewer. Okay, so save this. Okay, so that looks a little better. All right, so I'm gonna add a little bit of the CSS in here into this CSS. Ooh. Oh. Oh, I want that in the edit though, in the editor. I just want this like this, and I think the block name's not right. I think that's completely not right now because I keep changing things in spec. Can you all see this? Oh, okay. Do I need to zoom in? This is called that's this. I don't know what the song is, but I like it. Wait, do I know what the song is? Do I have a thing? I do have a thing. I think in my Firebot here, I've got a little commands. just did a... swear I just did one of these things. Hold on. Oh, this one. I think I can just do this, actually. Let's see if it works. Bang Your Head by Tracker. I like this song. I'm enjoying this. Right. Okay, cool. So let's get back over here then, and let's see what I'm going to save this, and let's see what this looks like. Okay. Don't know why that's indented and this is not indented. I don't really understand why. Like, okay, that's working. I don't know why it's indented like that. I mean, I don't hate it, but let's see if I can figure it out. Or maybe this is... oh, there's no margin left. Doesn't seem to be doing it. Transform margin center to center. Huh. Oh, is that it? No. Okay. I don't hate it, but it's kind of strange. So let's
you
see.
made a wise choice, my friend.
Yes, you did. Thank you for the sub, Lord of Blood. It's the best name ever. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it, Lord of Blood. Love it. This probably makes more sense. You know what? Now that I'm thinking about this probably makes more sense.
It's Carolina.
Wow! Hi! That makes me laugh every time. Every single time. All right, I think what I need to do is I need to edit the site. And I'm going to, instead of putting, this is the content, I'm going to go ahead and put the Mastering Interactivity API. I'm going to put this somewhere here. Save that. And now I should be able just to delete this out of here and not have that matter. And then if I go back, where am I here? Here? Yeah, there we go. Cool. So now,
Great itself who is original.
hola, amigo. Oh, that's so horrible, but funny all at the same time. It's worth stopping the stream for. Anyhow, okay, cool. So I like what I have set up here. So now I have this sort of like hidden code viewer block that just kind of sits in there. Like I don't even think it renders anything. Well, it does, but it renders it over here, right? So that's what's controlling this. So these buttons are going to basically inject the render PHP for this, right? So which doesn't look great, but we can handle that. And then we've got context.text, and then in here we can say this is wrong, this is not right, but we'll fix that, right? How do I get on that list? How do you get on that list? I'll do that right now, bad dude. How do you get on the list? Okay, I have to manage my roles. Stand by. Roles and ranks. Auto shout out. Are you not on here? I thought you were. I'm gonna add you. Here we go. Oh my god. Bad dude court. All right. There we go. You're on there now. Try saying something now. Lord of Love, of course you can be on there.
Oh, great, it's Bad Dude Court.
Bad dude at court. Yes. Okay, Lord of Blood, fire away. You're on the list. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens when Duda, bad Duda. Yeah, so the way that works is the first time you show up in chat and say something, that's what triggers this. So I just added you, Lord of Blood. So if you add it, if you chat now, it'll say it. There we go. I hope.
Oh, great. It's Lord of Blues.
Lord of Blood Serb. Fantastic. Fantastic. Well, I'm glad we could have this moment together, everyone. That's fantastic. And if you want to get on this list, you don't have to do anything special, but you just have to ask or subscribe. No, I'm kidding. You don't have to spend any money on my channel. But yeah, or just use your Prime sub. You can use that. But I can definitely put you on the list. How do you get off that list? Kevin, you can never get off the list. Ever. You are stuck on it forever, okay? If you really want to get off the list, Kevin, I can take you off the list. Man. Awesome. Okay, so I'm gonna start working on my example here a little bit more there. So okay, so I think what I'm gonna do, did I do that already? Let me check. I'm really not liking how this is all set up because I just need a set of files for each one. Sorry, I'm nerding out here. So I think what I want is I'm going to take everything that's in default. This is, what is this? Plugin. Okay, so plugin has just default files. So default files don't need to be in a folder called default. They just need to be in plugin. So I'm going to change that. So this is just going to be plugin. And this is the same. So blocks just needs interactive, and that's going to be just the files in there, and everything else can go for now. So we have block and we have plugin, right? So then in here, I should just go block, and that should just give me all interactivity API blocks. Now, I am going to add a TypeScript. I'm going to add a TypeScript variation to this. Because I want to. And actually what I can do is I can add all of this stuff into the main part. So all of this. Oh. Who, Kevin? Yeah, well, without Kevin, my stream would fall apart. Tobias Dirksen has a question from Twitch. I have a question. Let me just highlight this question, and we can take a look at it together. Take a look at it together. Here we go. If all blocks in schema v3, you're going to bring the block in is load an iframe, right? If I have an editor CSS for more than one block, I should load this in all blocks JSON with editor style. Oh, so you, Tobias, if I'm understanding the question, if you have an editor's CSS for more than one block, should I load this in all blocks JSON with this editor style? Yes. So editor style is going to be CSS is only loaded inside the block editor. So that's accurate. The thing to keep in mind though is that it won't be loaded. It won't be loaded if the block isn't on there. So if you have one CSS file that's common for a bunch of blocks, you might want to consider doing it a slightly different way. It really depends on what it is. So the editor style is supposed to be specific to that particular block. But like in my case, so like what I'm doing here is sort of like what you're talking about. Like for example, these buttons don't get styled in editor assets. Yeah, you could do editor assets. The thing that you don't want to do is load CSS that you're not using, right? But if you can, what you can do is, that would only work in the front end. You could do it and you could check for the existence of that block, right? If the block is in the content, but it's not really going to help you too much. You know what? Honestly, for the CSS that you're loading, it's the editor. I wouldn't be too worried about like mad performance issues because it's the editor. You're logged in. You're not getting any benefits of caching or any of that stuff. And this is just me, but I've always just kind of thought of the editor as like, it doesn't matter. If it's a little slow, well, that's just how it is, right? You're not the editor CSS only gets loaded in the block editor, so it's not really going to affect stuff, right? There's a custom hook in there too, but if it's block specific, I mean, if the issue is you don't want to load stuff that's not on the page, honestly, I wouldn't worry about it. I would just add it to all the blocks, and then as soon as you insert one of those blocks, then you get the editor stuff. I think I probably have to look and see what you're doing. Like maybe there's some specifics around what we should do there, but do you know what I'm saying? I think you know what I'm saying. Add editor style editor before I did with this. Yeah, I mean but it's not in the iframe. Yeah, you're gonna want it associated with your blocks because it's not going to be targeted. It's not going to be scoped to the iframe. Yeah. Yeah, because the thing is, if you've got say you've got 5 blocks, like what Bad Dude Court is saying, Bad Duda Court is saying is probably the way to go. Because if you have any of the blocks loaded, you want to have all the CSS, right? I think that's probably what you want to do. But I don't know. What do I know? Okay, so this is the text directive. Okay, so let's get into the text directive. Okay, and so pass the listener's text. Okay, so in here, we just want a really simple, these buttons. See, I really wish I could insert stuff into this because I don't, these things, I don't need these things. That's what I don't need, you know? In the Vue.js. So what's the best way to demonstrate this? Like I was thinking like that, because this, in my render, I set some context, some local context, and weird. So this is setting context, and it's getting pulled straight from there. I could also go. Do I need config? Why am I using config for here? Okay. So the most basic example is pretty much this. Like we have some text. You know what? I'm going to change this slightly. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do input. And it's going to be type is. We're going to go. God, can you tell it's been a while since I've done any of this sort of stuff in just regular. There. So what I want to do is when this gets updated, I want it to I want to update this text. So that's what I'm going to do. And then in here, I'm going to wrap this in a div because I want this to break out. And this is something that we don't need to worry about this right now. So I'm going to go WP, data dash WP dash async on oh my god, input, what, oh my god, what is the change I guess it's change. God, this is going to be callbacks dot update text. Right, that's what we're gonna have. So in here I need a not callback. It's gonna be not callback, it's gonna be actions. So then in my actions, I'm gonna have a update date text. No, it's gonna be a function. And then I should, do I need the event? Console.log, EBT, event.target.value. I think that might be what I need. Let's go. Let's go. Let's find out. Didn't work. Am I building? What is the, oh God. HTML input, DOM event, typing. Input event. So is input when it's typed? Oh my God, it's so bad. Input, on input, I think that must be it. Been doing too much React. Input, right? Right? Somebody tell me what I'm doing wrong. There we go. Okay. So it's on input. So then when the input changes, we're going to get access to it. So I want to try something here. Async on. Do I have access to this still? I don't. Okay. So here's a really important thing to understand. Okay. So this is not the point of this, but this is something that we need to understand is that we don't have, what is this? Is there a debounce built in? Don't believe there is a debounce built in. No, it's just reacting to when it changes. But when we do async on as opposed to just on, like check this out. Okay, so on. So if I have two of these, right, and I go, this is going to be just on. This is going to be async. Okay, so if I refresh this, so this one should be async. This one is just on. So the async doesn't get access to, because so what the async on does is it basically just makes the listener passive, I believe, because it makes the listener passive as opposed to, where's a good example of this? Because it basically surrenders up well, it's like, so when you add event listener passive, right? So add event listener passive, right? You don't get access to the, I don't think you have access to, where is the freaking passive thing, right? So this it never calls prevent default, so you don't get access to the event to the item, to the event object, right? Which is fine in a lot of cases, but in our case, we actually want to do that because we need to get access to event.target.value, right? So like we can also, so if you want to call like prevent, what the hell's the thing called? Prevent default. Like if you had a link, if you had like an A tag in there, you clicked it, you want to call prevent default. You can't do that if you're calling it async. So you have to actually, yeah, it's very useful when scrolling. That's a good example. But if you don't need access to prevent default, let me just explain this a little bit better, I think. So if we look at on and on. So on async is more performance. It immediately yields to main to avoid contributing to a long task. So I have an example where I have two scroll wheels. And basically on scroll, it's doing this crazy thing where it's like generating a huge amount of numbers in the background, but the scroll is interrupted until that particular function runs. Whereas if you do the on async, it does both, but it yields to the main thread. So it's important to understand if you need access to the event that you can't use async. You can, but you have to wrap it in. There's a thing you have to wrap it in. What is it? With scope. I think you have to wrap it in with scope. Is it with scope? Or no, sorry, with sync event. That's what you have to do. You have to use the with sync event. So if we were to take this with sync event thing and add it to our function and call it with async, it will work. So let me show you that. So if I do this, I'm going to go update. I'll call this update with sync. All right, that's going to be, I have to import that somewhere. So we're with sync event. All right, so we have that, and then we just basically wrap our function in with sync event. So we're going to just do this with sync event and paste it. I think. Oh, what have I done? Oh, right. So now this, I think this one should work. So if I change it over here and I use async on and I use with sync event, I should, I hope, get the, I'm going to just delete this other one. So it's not weird looking. Right, so if I, oh, didn't work. Am I doing this wrong? Update with sync. Update with sync. Okay, well, the example didn't work. So why didn't the example work? Okay. Just blindly following. It's not even being called. That's the weird part. Hold on. Let me just. Oh, okay. Well, yeah. I don't know if it adds that specifically, but it acts like that. The one thing it doesn't do is like the only once thing, though. So let me just. Weird, man. Okay. I'm not getting any errors, but if I change this now to on input. Okay. Okay, so that's interesting. That's super duper interesting because I need access to that. And the update with sync doesn't seem to want to do it for me. Wait. It's definitely kind of like the passive thing, right? That's basically what it's doing. It's making it passive. Now I put together an example that I can show you guys. Actually, let me show you this example. Passive listeners. So if I save this, I come over here and I go to passive listeners. So this one, I'm scrolling. You see how long it took to do that? And this one, I'm scrolling and it immediately scrolls, but it's actually still calculating the stuff in the background. So that's the difference between data on and like data WP on and data WP on sync. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna just jump into Slack. I'm gonna see if I can harass somebody from the team. Let me just grab. Sorry, so let me grab my Twitch here, and I'll just drop it. All right, I'm just completely harassing the interactivity API team to see what that's all about. Okay, cool. Anyways, but we'll move on. So the idea is I have to use the on input, and I don't need this. I just need to run this, right? And what this is going to do is in my what's this? Get rid of passive listeners. Ba boom, bam, ba boom. Right now, if I this gets updated, I should have it console logged. Oh no! What have I done there? Broke something. Let's take a look. Something's broken. Oh no, that's right. Oh, that I don't need. What? No, I do need that. What the hell's yelling at me here? Oh, that's what the problem was. I don't need that. What? Oh, and I need that. Holy crap. How long is it going to take me to figure out this issue? Okay. Woo. Woo, boy. All right, let's run this again. Where'd that go? So this should be getting updates. It does get updates. Now, I could probably run debounce on this. I can write my own little debouncy thing, but I'm not going to. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to say, oh, I have to get context too. So get context. I wonder if I should just keep this in state instead of using context. I think I might do that. I might just define some state up here, and I'm going to go WP interactivity state. And the state is not it's going to be whatever WP text. That's going to be our store, and then in here we're going to have an array. And the array is going to have text. It's going to be just this stuff. All right, so do that, get rid of this local context. I just want to keep these examples as simple as I sort of can at this point, because I don't want to confuse the people. I can go in there, and this needs to go away. Holy, what is this? Found, oh. Need a comma there. That's yelling at me for something. Oh, there we go. So now I should have text. I should be able to get rid of this now. I don't need that anymore. I'm just going to close that div. So it's going to be state.text. So this should start with this text is stored in the no. This is the default. This is the server side rendered text. We'll call it that. Right here, server side rendered text. Update this. This should update. Okay. Man, I've written way too much React. I'm just putting labels on everything. Okay. Is there a placeholder? There is a placeholder. I'm gonna echo this out. Echo. Oh no, I'm just gonna. Oh, come on. Okay, so then now in here in my view, I should be able to say, oh, first thing I have to do this, I have to destructure the state from the store. Right, we'll do that. I don't need either one of those now. And then I can just say, I should get state equals to that. And then this can go away. This is like the most basic version of this, right? This is breaking assignment a constant variable. Oh, duh. Text. Okay, so that's it. Okay, and then that should show that stuff. Okay, I need to update that, but that's not, I don't really care about that right now. So this is, okay, so this is up, do I need that label? Okay, so this is defining our state, and then now it's being updated when we, this is updated from the store. Okay. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to ask Claude. Do I have Claude going on here? I'm going to say, update the input field in the WP text block to match the overall styles for the block. Use a light background and dark for text. See what that does. Clued? Clued? Clued. What did I say? Clued. I'm using include. I've been using Claude a lot for styling and front end stuff because I'm not good at that stuff. You know, as anyone who's watched me on the stream for any length of time. Sure, let's see. What's it look like? Oh, no. I mean, I don't hate it, but the style is in the cloud nowadays anyways. I found async source. What we got here? Filter.
Oh, great. It's Philip.
Yep. So it is adding passive true. Yeah, that's basically what I was thinking. What my understanding was, that's what it was doing as well, which is pretty cool. Oh, this is neat. So warn with sync event on. Oh wait, this is trunk though? I don't know if. I wonder if I oh, you know what? I wonder if I install the Gutenberg plugin, if that'll change anything here, because I don't have it installed. I just have regular old Corey core. So we're gonna go ahead and install the Gutenbergs. I love how Matthias is the author of it. Hilarious. So let's go into Gutenberg. Let's go into, do I have to go into experiments? Let's see. Data views, full page, content only, nope. Okay, so let's go back here. Oh, check this out. Yeah, look at this. The use. So this is the other thing. So I was talking with them. Can you all read that? I don't know if you can see. If I'll zoom that in. Rambling. So the data on async is deprecated, and will stop working in 7.0 because what they wanted to do is they wanted to make everything use on sync by default, so we don't have to fight with it, right? But so use data on with sync event helper. So let me see if I can get that happening now. What have I done? Okay. Oh, before I do that, I'm going to get Claude to. I just get rid of the label. Make it visually hidden or something. The input field is too wide. Make it fit the container. Container. Dumbass. I wonder if I started calling it a dumbass, what it'll do. All of a sudden my lights start to flicker and a robot appears behind me. Let's see. There we go. That's better. I'm starting a war with the robot right now, right up in here. Okay, so I'm gonna just hide this. So back in my WP text. So what I'm doing here is I'm gonna go with sync event, right? And that needs to go away. And then here, I'm using on sync, but I'm not using on sync. Where am I using on sync? Oh, where am I using on sync? On click, on async. I'm not using on async anywhere. What the friggin'? Weird. I don't think I'm actually using it anywhere. Oh, it's right there on async click, on async click. Okay, so that's where it's being used. So I'm gonna go on dash async input. Right, this. Did that just work? Let me refresh this. Weird. I don't really know how that's working now. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of that. So hopefully this shouldn't trigger any. Okay, so that does trigger errors. So if I get rid of onsync, it doesn't trigger any errors. Still works. Works both ways, actually. So I don't know what that's all about. So, okay, all right, okay, I don't know. So this is just running, right? I'm not using with sync event. I should console.log tar event, right? Oops. And I'm getting a proxied event. Prevent it. Oh, I wonder. Okay, hold on. Like maybe it doesn't. Maybe there is no prevent default. Is there no prevent default on the? It's undefined. Okay, let me try something else. I'm gonna just do an A tag. Href is gonna be. Okay, I'm going to define a click event action. Using the synchronous event function in the store action without wrapping a sync event is deprecated and will stop working in 7.0. Please wrap the store action in with sync event. Okay. So we'll do that. So I need to wrap this in with sync event. Okay. So that works, but I don't know why. Huh. Oh, that's fine. So if I wrap this in with sync event, what's going to happen now? It's undefined, which is fine because I don't think there is a prevent default on that. But I don't think I need access to any of that. I think I don't really understand what the benefits of this. Raju, hello from YouTube, popping in to say hello world. How you doing? Okay, so So this is so if I refresh this now. And that works. That is just straight up working. Do I need this sync event? I don't think I need the sync event. So I don't see the benefit of one over the other right now. And I think it's because I don't understand the theory behind what's going on. And maybe with this particular event, it doesn't matter because it's not doing anything other than updating. So I'm just going to keep this simple and we're going to just do this. I think that's all we need to do. I think we'll just do that. There we go. Okay, so that's an example. I wish I had given the interactivity folks more of a heads up because they probably would have. They're amazing. They probably would have dropped in here to. Tell us something. I have to sneeze. Oh, who's DMing me? Okay, wait. All right, go that way. Okay, cool. So that's a fairly. Oh no. Okay, I need to. Should I put the label? There we go. That looks better. Now I have to say I do ID, right? And the ID. Any accessibility people on the call, I am trying very hard to get better. Yeah, I think so too, Kev. I think these simple examples don't really make a lot of sense. Like the example that I was showing where we're like scrolling and then processing on primes up to 10,000. That's an extreme example, but I think you're right. I think this is a case of like when you're doing expensive things, you may want to take it off the main thread. So, is this correct? For those on the stream that are accessibility, who are good at accessibility, I am trying to make a concerted effort to be better at accessibility. So I have this label that I want to keep there, and I have this input will now understand that it's labeled by this, right? Nice. I'm open to all sorts of critiques on this. So if there's stuff that we should do, you let me know. I don't want that ID though. What do I want? I'll get conflicts. Oh, so I need to be a bit like this should be more verbose. Update text, update WP text example. Is this what like so I should be more verbose is what you're telling me. It needs to be a UUID. Yeah. So if I keep my naming convention to be like update then the binding, if I need this, put 4 on the label and an ID on the input. Put 4 on the label. Oh, do it that way. I see. So this will be WP text example input, something like that. So you do that, right? Is that functioning the same thing as like it's just going in 2 different directions there? Okay. So the label is for this. Okay, I'm happy with that. As long as this is accessible, that would be cool. So this is all I want, right? That's all I want. I just want to make sure, like, I'm just trying to like work it into like my daily, just like this is just how I do stuff now, that's just because if you don't make if you don't make that effort, you don't get any better at stuff. Okay, so let's see what this looks like on the front end. Oops, we're here. So we got this. This is the new text. Okay. All right, so I need to do that. So where I'm handling this stuff is not in there. Oh, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Okay. So am I doing it in here? I think I am doing it in here. I am doing it in here. So what I need with WP text is I want to grab basically this whole thing and I'm going to replace this whole thing, but I don't need any of that though. I don't want to see any of that stuff in there. So if I refresh this now and I render PHP, I should get all of that. Okay. So some extra space in there, but that's a problem for another day. I don't think that's gonna do that formatting that I want. That's fine. Okay, It's a bit rough. I need to figure out a little bit better way of doing this. So I'm just going to grab, I don't need that with sync event. I'm just going to grab all this. And then in here, I'm going to update. Oh. There we go. Ah, what? No. Okay. I do not like this formatting at all. So that's the store. That's the state. We're going to get the state WP text, and then render.php. It's going to show what that is. This is not. I don't think that's accurate. I don't think that's actually the right thing, but we'll figure that part out later. Carolina, are you saying yeah because I'm doing it wrong? Oh, only use ARIA stuff when there's not another option. Awesome. Okay, cool. So, okay, so that's cool. Okay, I think this. Oh. I think there's ways of making this look a little nicer, maybe? Look a little nicer. Yeah, that looks a little better. No, it doesn't. That looks like crap. How do I have this set up here? I think I want to do that. I think I want to do that. Is that what I've been doing? How I've been doing that? Yeah, that's how I've been doing that. Okay. This is so brittle. So brittle. So this needs to come in one more. And this actually needs to come in one more as well. There we go. Beautiful. Okay, so that's kind of the idea. So then each one of these will have its own thing. I'll just style this, make this work. Maybe this needs to not be floating like this. I don't know. Maybe it just needs to hide and have a little show and hide dealio. I don't know. Okay, so that one I think is done. What time is it? Okay, loads of time here. Loads and loads of time. So I'm going to go ahead and commit WP text to what I have going on here. I'm going to say git add, what is it? Plugin source WP text. And you say git commit message, adding the WP text example. Git push. Okay, that's better. I like that. Okay. What else do I have going on in here? Oh, I'm going to add the templates. Am I going to add? So, am I happy with this mastering API thing? I think I am for now. Git add plugins or plugin source mastering API. Git commit message. It's good enough for now. Now, boom, we push. Okay, so we should have all that. No, it's not. Okay, so now I want to do. Okay, so that's. So hold on. So let's see. So in here we've got like context bind. So I have text. So bind is probably a good one. I could probably just use this example right here. Oh, yeah, it's funny. There might be like pretty decent examples here. All right, let's take this li. All right. Ooh, what? Oh, what happened to my package JSON? Shit. What? Well, okay. I don't have a package JSON. I did have a package JSON. Did I delete it? Let's check my trash. That'll be it. Let's put that back. How do you, where's the... Super weird. Don't know why that's not there. Try again. Okay. So we're just going to build out a new little blockaroo here. What's an asset? I'm not gonna work with this. Oh, I don't need interactive because it's the default variant now. There we go. WP bind. Okay. So it's weird. Oh, what if it's because it's not a section? Sorry, I'm realizing I'm not saying in my head what I think what's going on. No, that doesn't seem to be outputting anything. Super random. Let's look. Oh, because there's no render.php. What is going on here? This is wrong. Hold on. My template's all borked. Oh. Okay, I'm an idiot. So I didn't add the render either. I need to add render. There we go. That's better. Okay. So clearly there's some things I have to fix with my template, which I will do that now. First of all, I need both of these stupido things in the template. They are not. They need to be right in here. Right? That needs to be in there. This needs to be in there. I also want to have supports interactive is true because really I need to have, and I'm going to add custom scripts. Oh, I don't actually need custom strips because I'm not using it. Anyways, whatever, doesn't matter. So that should be all we need. So I don't need to define this right now. Okay, so I don't need any variants. Okay, so this should give me everything that I need from now on. The problem was it didn't have ViewScript module writer, didn't have render.php in there, didn't have support interactive true, didn't have any of that stuff. So that's stupid. And does that mean that this build won't matter for this template because I'm only using it in no plugin mode, so that's not actually ever being scaffolded, so that's fine too. Okay, so let's fix, but what do we need to fix in WP bind? What do they use for the icon? The icon is, what's the icon in here? Smiley. What's it in here? It's also not set. So we're gonna add that to our template as well. Oh, it sounds like my kid's home from school. I'm gonna add the icon in there. I don't like that icon. I'm gonna have to come up with something different for these. Okay, cool. So now let's come back over here. Grab this. I have the smiley icon. Okay. Yeah, I don't really like that. What do we have in here for? There it is. That's what I want. Okay. Mastering the Interactivity API. Here. Okay. So what I'm gonna do. I'm going to make some changes here. I'm going to, into first things first, edit. I'm going to change that message to be this. And that's not the one I want. Okay. So this is going to be bind example, bind. Okay. And so what I'm going to change now, I'm going to grab this, come back to my template, templates, block, edit. It's going to say different things in here. So this is going to be, what's it going to be? Slug is where I want it. And here, editor, this is going to say slug, because that the name of the slug will be the directive name, and that's how I want that to work. So in bind, now this is going to be WP. Okay, I have bind. Okay, so if I refresh this, save, refresh. There we go. Okay, so if I look at the front end now, I should have this. That's totally wrong. Oh, it doesn't matter. I'm going to fix that up. Okay, so what is the example that they're showing us? Maybe I'll just take that code over here. It's the bind example. I'm just going to grab all this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to in the render, and I'm going to put it, I guess, in here. I don't know if that's valid HTML. I don't believe it is. The other thing is this needs to be escaped. So WP KSE. If you ever want to do this, the best way to do it is to use data. WP kisses data, and that will not bork all the stuff that gets thrown out there, but it'll allow you to keep moving here with your stuff. All right, so toggle. Okay, so I don't have any of that. So I need the Vue.js stuff, which is in the example down here. Grab that. I'm going to put it into Vue. And the store is going to be, what's it look like? Okay, so I just need the inner stuff. I just need the actions, really. Really, I just need the actions. That's all I need, just the actions. Oh, the other thing I need to do in here is I need to add the store name. So data, WP, interactive is going to be WP bind. Just new my store. I think this is going to work. Oh, I don't know. People always says KSCS. I've heard it pronounced kisses. So I don't know, Kevin. You can call it whatever you want. Get context is not defined. You know why it's not defined, friends? I'll tell you why it's not defined. fine. You listen to me. It's going to be get context. That's what we need out of there. Toggle that. Looking good. Okay. So it looks horrible, but that's okay. We'll fix that. I need some buttons, some button code. I have button code in the mastering API stuff in styles. I have, what's that? Show code button? No. Oh, I think that is actually what I want. I think I want to grab this, and then in my, not in there, but in my bind, not my editor, in my style, I'm going to go like this, button, right? There we go, toggle, boom, ha, hoo, hee. Where's the toggle menu? Does LI have to be net? I bet you like kisses, Kevin. I wish I read that sooner. Oh, good times. Okay. So so the reuse context is menu open as well. So again, should we be, I don't know, should we be using like the, okay, so anyways. So clean this up. I think we don't need that. What's it? List style none. Uh-oh. Okay, there we go. Okay. So in the state, I mean, I do a little like get, no, menu status. God, I always forget how to do this. So it's just a function called menu status, right? And it's going to be Context is going to be, yeah, there we go. Closed, open. That's what I want to do. Menu is open. Menu is closed. I can make that smarter. Menu is closed. Menu is open. Menu is closed. Menu is open. Closed, open, closed, open, closed, open. Bam! Cool. Awesome. Amazing. Amazing. That's such an amazing example. So what I do need to do, what I'd like to do is have a way to add the buttons. I was trying to do it with filters. It's like what I was, is it still in here? Down the bottom? No. I had a filter where I was trying to like filter the output of the block, but it just didn't want to happen. I guess I could go like render, I could do something like add filter render block. It's going to be mastering yappy /wp bind, right? Be like what content? I should, assuming I have the block name correct there. I should like this should break. Oh, it didn't break. What's the name of this block? Oh, yeah, of course. I need to add the good old 10 and 2. Refresh that. Nope. What? Okay, so that's because there's nothing being rendered. Return content, right? That works. Okay. Bar. Don't block name. Not gonna be happy there. That's gonna give me a little one of those.
Oh, great! It's brazen.
And you look like the guy I would rob. I look like a dodgy thug that would be outside a bodega asking people to buy them buy them some liquor. Yeah, that's right. I should have a, okay. WP bind. Oh, okay. So that's what I was doing wrong. That should just be the name of the block. Should just be like this. So it should just be able to do this. Boop. Did that work? It did. It worked. Okay. So if I return that, that's cool. And that will still work. So what I was hoping to do, why is this block name? Oh, because I don't need to use block name. So shut your face. What I was thinking about doing was maybe doing something like this. Like grabbing the buttons. This is going to be so janky because do this in a particular way. Like maybe what I can do is wrap. Here's what I'll do. I'm going to go like this. I'm going to return it. I'm going to add another section tag. Is this going to break though? I have a div. I don't know if this is going to work. If I add a div, right, to the content, content, it's weird, right, div, right, if I refresh that, it does get a little janky, immediate janky, and then if I take the text and I go in here and I grab the buttons that I want, if I just do this, let's see what this does. Oh, and change the snippet, okay, that's fine. So if I, it doesn't work because it needs to be, why does it not work? Okay. Oh, because it's not inside the store. That's the problem. Because it's not inside the store. So what I need to do is put it into. Yeah, it's annoying. These it's being rendered, but it's not being rendered correctly. Oopsie. What are your thoughts on the new abilities API? I think it's really cool. I think there's a lot of things that we don't know that what we can do with it yet, right? So I think it's super neat. I think it's going to change a lot of stuff. That's my opinion. Deal with it. Oh. Isn't there like a WP process? That's what I want. If I do that, I don't know what this is going to do. This is jank. Why is it yelling at me? Okay, fine. Huh, okay. I didn't think this would work because what I wanted to do is I wanted to just inject that stuff, but I can't do that with the I don't have access to it with the tag pro. Like there's, I mean, I could do some really crazy DOM stuff, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to basically add that in. Basically just going to add it in the example code down here. Just right here. That's where I'm going to put that. So now we have this button, so that's working fine now. Right. So we'll just do that. Now I have to like add the code for that. This is gonna be w-bind. It's gonna tell me this doesn't exist, right? Because in here I've got all this defined somewhere. This is gonna get super ugly. Super ugly. I think I need to have a better way of storing this stuff. Yeah, I think I need a better way of storing this, but so then what I need to do is add basically another one of these. This is gonna be bind. And that's not gonna be that PHP, it's gonna be different PHP. So it's already gonna get janky. So I grab all this. Oh, sorry, grab all that. I plunk this into here. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, boom, snippet. Right, that's not, oh no, I think it was snippet, sorry. This, and I plunk this in there. So I should need to do this 1, 2. No idea what that's going to look like, but we'll see in a second. Oh, what? Invalid body indent. This is the stuff that drives me crazy. Okay, so where does it sit? Oh. Fix this. Oh, did it fix it already? Oh, no. Yeah, cancel. Be gone with you. What is this? Oh, close. So this is expecting 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that's not going to yell at me now, and that's so. No, that's another one. Text. Oh, you know what? I put it in the wrong place. I'm such an idiot. Okay, I'm gonna grab this. I'm gonna go like this, copy, and I'm gonna come down here and I'm gonna place that. Is that what I'm doing? Yeah, and then this can just go back to regular old, the other one, which is just, I think I just said PHP. There we go. Whoa, it's like pretty, not great. Okay. I gotta do something better with this, almost like a sidebar that I kind of want to have get thrown out there. All right, so then in my bind, I'm going to use the store that binds everything. And down here, bind is going to be that. It's going to be this. Okay, so all right, well, that's a little better. So this is kind of what we're going to be doing here for each one of these. I don't know how helpful this is, but it helps me a little bit. Okay, anyways, cool. Well, it's 12 o'clock, and I think I'm going to call it a day because, yeah, I just think I need to call it a day. And you're all amazing. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Terrence, you are always welcome here. And wait, did you get announced? Let me check. Let me check and see if you're on the you're on my thing here. Oh, Rolls and Ranks. Are you in here? Let's see. Yeah, you're in there. Okay, cool. Awesome. Okay, well, thanks everyone for hanging out with me. I will chat with you all next week. And then, oh wait, next week? Yeah, 20th. Yeah, I'll be there next week, but I won't be there the following week because I will be traveling to WordCamp Sofia in Bulgaria. I'm very excited to go and hang out with those folks. Before you go, any suggestions what to read/watch to learn more about the Interactivity API? Yeah, sure. Great question. I would go to the Interactivity API reference in the developer docs, which I will drop in chat right here. I think that's... Wait, I put that in the wrong place. I'm going to put this in. Sorry, I should have put it in Restream. So put it in Restream there. That's a great place to go. Trying to think of some other really good ones. I have some older streams that might help. I have a couple of repositories that you might find helpful. Specifically this one, the Interactivity API the gallery slider that I did. So this is one. And this one is a to-do MVC app. I've just recently updated both of these, so they should have the most recent stuff in there. Yeah, I mean anything. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to be a bit of the leading authority, even though I'm not. But there's a lot of really great work being done out there by like Seth Rubenstein and I'm drawing a blank here. Michael Terry is doing some really cool stuff. I would just dive into the docs because there's a lot happening. These core concepts are a really, really great thing to understand. It does explain the reasoning behind things, like the differences between declarative and imperative code and why reactive is the way to go. Not JS reactive, but the idea that like when the data changes, the view changes, right? That's kind of it. that's yeah, and the idea of of what directives are and why the concept of state, global state, local state, and derived state. These are very important concepts to understand. An example. Oh, another example that I did. I have a light toggle button that you can take a look at. It's on my Block Developer Cookbook site. It's on the bottom. Light dark toggle. This will walk you through sort of building one. There's aspects of the Interactivity API in there. So you can take a look at that. Yeah, so the concept of global state versus local state versus derived state. Let's sort of local context. The slider is a good example of knowing when you should use global state versus local context. Like for example, if you have two sliders on the page, they share the same global state. So you wouldn't want to track what the active slide is in the global state, because if you advance one slider, you'll advance them all because they all get the same global state. That's where local context becomes important. And derived state is the concept of like creating new values based on existing values that are already in the store. So if you had something that was like, what's a good example? So if you had a string like menu is open, right? You wouldn't want to have like a menu is open string and a menu is closed string. You'd want to derive state to be like the menu status, like what I did in here. So this would be sort of like, this is derived state. So based on what this is, you would have, well, maybe this isn't the best example, but basically you're creating a piece of state or context based on other pieces. So it's derived from other things. So yeah, that's an example, I guess. Anyways, lots of good things to learn about there. You don't really need to get in the weeds too much about it. I'm just you should learn all the directives and when to use them and how to use them. Yeah. But yeah, cool, awesome, great question, Lord of Blood or Serb. Yeah, no problem. And if you have any questions, just ping me, reach out, ask, because yeah, or ask Kevin because he knows everything. So anyways, all right, I'm going to talk to you all later. You're all the best. Thanks so much for hanging out with me again today, and we'll see you next week for more things WordPress, I guess. All right, later.